A massive herd of dark African buffaloes kicks up dust, moving across the arid, sun-baked savanna landscape. A man uses a long wooden stick to extract a small, furry animal caught within thick, thorny branches. Thick steam billows from a metal pot boiling over an open fire, with dogs resting peacefully nearby. People, including young children, carry large, leafy green branches through the dry, sunlit scrubland environment. Bare hands carefully tend to a small, newly ignited fire burning in dry grass beside a large rock. A bare-chested hunter walks through the dry brush, carrying a furry animal pelt over his shoulder. Sunlight filters through the dense, thorny branches and green leaves of an acacia tree in the wilderness. A weathered animal skull with long, curved horns rests silently within the rough branches of a tree. Calloused hands carefully bind a spotted black and white feather to a wooden arrow shaft using thin yellow string. A young boy wearing an animal skin tunic sits quietly, examining a slender wooden stick in his hands. A young boy sits quietly among tangled branches, holding a wooden shaft as sunlight pierces the dense canopy. A young hunter stands in the dry brush, an animal skull resting heavily against his bare chest. A speckled wild bird pauses in the shadows of the undergrowth, its feathers blending with the quiet forest. A vibrantly colored bird perches triumphantly, a large captured grasshopper held firmly within its sharp beak. Facing the vast, thorny savanna, a solitary figure draws his bow under a sweeping, cloud-filled sky. A hunter reaches high into the tangled, thorny branches, his curved bow navigating the dense savanna canopy. Hidden amidst vibrant green leaves and tiny buds, a dark silhouette rests silently in the dense foliage. Carrying his bow and freshly hunted prey, a solitary figure traverses the rugged, sun-dappled woodland terrain. Two vervet monkeys rest on the dry earth, one sitting watchfully while the other lies completely relaxed. A scattered troop of monkeys forages across the arid, sun-baked clearing beneath the shade of ancient trees. Lean hunting dogs stand alert near a rugged rock formation, surrounded by the dry, thorny savanna brush. Two men stand amidst dry bushes, one is captured in a sudden, blurred motion in the foreground. A man stands with his back turned, accompanied by several dogs in a barren, sun-scorched clearing. A figure walks away through the dense, golden-hued thicket, navigating the dry and challenging landscape. A solitary monkey sits calmly on a thick tree branch, framed by green leaves and blue sky. Barefoot hunters sprint across the sun-scorched savanna, their silent pursuit guided only by ancient instincts and loyal dogs. High above the unforgiving ground, a solitary primate navigates the dense canopy, a fleeting shadow among ancient branches. From above, the harsh, sun-baked earth reveals its rugged scars, a vast expanse of silent stones and resilient brush. A massive African buffalo grazes the dry earth, dwarfed by the silent, towering presence of gentle elephants behind it. Dust billows into the arid air as a powerful herd of buffalo stampedes fiercely near the shallow watering hole. A lioness prowls silently beneath a gnarled tree, a fleeting shadow in the sun-baked, unforgiving savanna. A solitary figure scales a rugged trunk, navigating the dense, dry brush of the untamed wilderness. The imposing, mud-caked visage of an African buffalo locks eyes, radiating raw power in the silent bush. The ancient, deeply scarred bark of a massive tree stands as a silent witness to the harsh landscape. A bare hand reaches deep into a hollow trunk, braving a buzzing swarm to claim the golden honeycomb. Dark hands gather around a crackling hearth, warming themselves as a simple metal pot simmers over the ancient flames. A small, freshly hunted creature is roasted directly over the raw, smoking embers of a makeshift savanna campfire. In quiet monochrome, women and a young child gather closely around a bubbling pot, sharing the day's humble harvest. Amidst dry reeds, a tribe member breathes life into the smoking embers through a hollow wooden tube. The hunt concludes as they sit together, tearing into the roasted meat with bare hands, sharing vital nourishment. Three men rest amidst the dry brush, carefully preparing green leafy branches with a simple blade. A hunter's hands press at a raw, golden honeycomb, speckled with dark bees, a hard-earned prize. Gathered closely together, the tribesmen in traditional hides and beads focus intently on a shared task. The men sit together in the arid landscape, quietly chewing their food after a long day. With intense focus, a hunter rapidly spins a wooden drill between his palms to create fire. A tribe member wearing vibrant beaded jewelry carefully gathers leafy green branches within the dense, sunlit brush. 3 peeled red fruits soak quietly in a metal bowl beside a brightly patterned traditional fabric. Draped in a thick animal hide, a tribesman with a red earring gazes intently into the wild. Resting on the dry earth, a man carefully shapes a long, straight wooden shaft with his hands. A young hunter holding a wooden bow stands in the forest, wearing a textured animal hide sling. Young boys stand on the sun-baked earth, gripping simple wooden sticks, learning the ancient ways of their ancestors. Clad in animal skins, hunters traverse the vast, arid savanna beneath a sprawling, cloud-swept sky. Deep within the tangled green canopy, hunters silently draw their bows, eyes fixed on unseen prey above. Muscles tense as a hunter pulls back his bowstring, his gaze piercing through the thorny branches overhead. The quiet hunt yields a large, patterned bird, a testament to their enduring survival skills in the wild. A hunter's arm, taught with ancient purpose, navigates the dense, vibrant green of the unforgiving wilderness. The harsh, thorny scrub blurs past, a silent witness to the relentless pursuit in the dry heat. Kneeling in the mud, a hunter drinks deeply from a murky puddle, intimately connected to the earth. Clad in animal skins, the hunters move silently across the sun-baked earth, blending into the dusty landscape. Bathed in golden light, a solitary hyena stands watchful amidst the tall grass of the savanna. 3 barefoot Hadzabe hunters sprint through the dry, sun-baked savanna brush, carrying their traditional wooden bows. A tense moment as several hunters draw their wooden bows, eyes locked intensely on an unseen target. 2 hunters and their loyal dog dash across a sandy clearing toward the shade of a massive tree. A solitary buck with large antlers stands quietly amidst the tall, dry, golden grasses of the African savanna. Several hunters gather closely on the dusty ground, holding their wooden bows while looking downward intently. The vast, sun-drenched Tanzanian savanna stretches endlessly, a vibrant green expanse beneath a brilliant, cloud-swept sky. A small, cautious creature peeks from behind the rugged bark of an ancient tree, watching the silent forest. A solitary figure scales the massive, deeply textured trunk of a giant baobab tree in the wilderness. A hand holds a precious, golden chunk of wild honeycomb, dripping with sweetness as a bee lingers. 2 women rest on the earth, one holding a dark, roasted offering, adorned in traditional patterned fabrics. A Hadzabe woman gently holds a hollowed gourd, sharing a quiet moment with 2 young children. Resting on the sun-baked, cracked earth, a young person examines a dark object alongside resting dogs. In a faded, timeless monochrome glimpse, tribe members sit together amidst the quiet brush of the savanna. A worn wooden spoon stirs a thick, pale mixture simmering in a blackened pot over an open fire. Gathered on the earth, men carefully butcher raw meat upon fresh green leaves while dogs wait nearby. An older tribesman sits on rocky ground, quietly eating a piece of food near a smoking fire. A wooden stick stirs chunks of meat boiling vigorously in a blackened metal pot over an open flame. Freshly butchered meat and bones rest carefully upon a bed of vibrant green leaves on the earth. Hands grip a sharp, weathered knife, preparing a textured piece of food while another member watches closely. The community gathers joyfully, sharing a moment as a hunter displays his bow in a small catch.